on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to go ahead and start even though Beth is?
Yep, she's here and she can hear me.
Okay. Okay. Welcome everyone. I'm going to call the CCS Governing Board meeting for Wednesday, October 20th, 2021 to order at 10:01 a.m. Beth, I can't see you, but can you do roll call?
Everybody hear me? Or can you hear me, Pam?
I can hear you. Can everyone else hear Beth?
Yes.
Yes.
I was talking loud. I have my voice back now. I'll go by library name, and then if you could just state your first and last name. Algonquin,
Sarah Murray, present.
Carrie,
Here.
Diane. Yes, thank you. Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake, Kim, are you here?
Here, you're real muffled. I can barely make out what you're saying. If you said Des Plaines, I'm here.
No, we're at Crystal Lake. Is Kim here?
I'm not Crystal Lake. I'm sorry. I spoke too soon.
That's okay. I have Joe for displays. Kim, are you here for Crystal Lake? I see her in the participant list. Okay. Ela,
Lauren Rosenthal.
Evanson,
Tim Longo here as an alternate for Karen Danzig-Lyons.
Fox River Valley,
Here, Amy Dodson.
Fremont,
Hi, Scott Davis, Fremont.
Blanco. I see Anakin Blanco. There we go. Glenview,
Georgeman.
Grayslake,
Sean Drager, substitute for Sarah Brown.
Highland Park,
Heidi Smith.
Huntley,
Frank Novak.
Indian Trail,
Here, Brian Shepard.
Lake Forest,
Here, Catherine Lemmer.
Lake Villa,
Mick Jacobson.
Lincolnwood,
Here, Josephine Tucci.
McHenry,
Here, Leslie Jakacki.
Morgan Grove,
Here, Pam Leffler.
Niles, Maine. Niles, Maine. Yeah, I don't see her. Northbrook,
Kate Hall, here.
Palatine,
Aki, Jeannie Dilger.
Park Ridge,
Joanna Bertucci.
Prospect Heights,
Alex Big Slick Todd.
Crown Lake,
Jim DiDonato.
Wilmette,
Jessica Thompson and Kim Hedlund as alternates.
Monica Dombrowski. I'm sorry, Winnetka.
Courtney Volney for Monica Dombrowski.
Thank you. And Zion Benton.
Robin Smith.
And we'll circle back for Niles one more time. And for CCS, we have Rebecca Malinowski, Beth Stumbringer, Deborah Zahn, and Deborah Zahn. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any additions to the agenda? Anyone? I would just like to officially welcome Amy. And then I know Cindy's not here from Niles, but I think this would have been her first official governing board. So we're happy to have you guys. Any public comment? I don't see there's any public here. The consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Kate Hall, Northbrook, so moved.
Second, Jeannie Dilger, Palatine.
Thank you. Do we have to roll call that? Yes, we do because we're Zoom. So yes. Beth, do you want to roll call? Do you want me to? Do you want?
I'll do it.
Or Rebecca?
Okay. Algonquin,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Crystal Lake, Des Plaines,
Yes.
Ela,
Yes.
Evanston,
Yes.
Fox River Valley,
Yes.
Fremont,
Yes.
Glencoe,
Yes.
Glenview,
Yes.
Grayslake,
Yes.
Highland Park,
Yes.
Huntley,
Yes.
Indian Trails,
Yes.
Lake Forest,
Yes.
Lake Villa,
Yes.
Lincolnwood,
Yes.
McHenry,
Yes.
Morton Grove,
Yes.
Niles, Maine, Northbrook,
Yes.
Palatine,
Yes.
Park Ridge,
Yes.
Prospect Heights,
Yes.
Round Lake,
Yes.
Wilmette,
Yes.
Winnetka, Zion, Winnetka, Courtney, you're muted if you want to unmute or. Maybe we lost her. Zion Benton.
Yes.
Did anyone not vote that can hear me? Motion passes.
Pam, you're muted.
Sorry. So moving on, we have the FY 2021 audit and the CCS annual report. We do need to vote to accept those. Do I have a motion to do that?
Mick Jacobson. Lake Villa motions to do that.
I'll second. Sarah from Algonquin.
Any discussion, or Rebecca or Deborah, do you want to talk us through this? Or is there anything we need to discuss with it?
I am happy to take any questions. The audit, I would say, was unremarkable. There were a few adjustments that were made. Mick, I don't know if you have any comments on the audit.
Like Rebecca said, it went swimmingly from my point of view.
And then the annual report, I was looking a little bit at kind of multi-year trends and statistics, but nothing popped out that you don't already know. Circulation is continuing to trend down across, most libraries. There was a bigger dip due to the pandemic, but the slope has sort of evened out to the pre-pandemic levels, but still in that downward trend. We are seeing a big uptick still in holds, but it's not kind of like a big enough jump to replace that kind of lost circ from browsing. As holds become more important, we are going to be continuing to do a deep dive into some holds data that Deborah is working on with database management. So watch for that coming in the future. And then we have several projects in the annual report that work is continuing on or has continued on in the year. Notably, the website redesign was a huge project for last year that just launched last week and a half ago. So those project updates end kind of as of June, but as you know from the newsletter and other sources, work on those is continuing and has progressed since the summary is listed. Any questions I can answer about anything?
Rebecca, one of the big things I noticed was the huge drop in item records. And I'm just wondering if we think, a quarter, 27% drop, if we think that any of that has to do with supply chain issues now. Are we seeing a delay in that? Like, I know that our collection has dropped a little bit, but not that much. Or am I misreading this data, and does it actually mean something else?
I'll see it. Like, I wonder if Deborah has any comments on that. Oh, Crystal Lake is here now for the role. Thanks, Kim. I think that part of the issue or the drop could just be that staff had more time to do weeding. and work on those types of projects. I do think there was a period where ordering was down and demand was down, so perhaps not as many copies of certain high demand titles were purchased. And then, CCS has been doing additional database cleanup. Deborah, would any of the work we've been doing have affected item counts that you know of?
None of the work we've done centrally would have impacted item counts. So as Rebecca noted, potentially due to increase in staff cleanup activities during the pandemic, or decreases in purchasing, possibly.
It just seemed like a really, really big jump, like a quarter of our items are now no longer there. So, and I know that we also saw a similar increase in e-content, but since that was already a much smaller number, it's not as though there was like a direct correlation. I mean, I'm sure there is some correlation, right, of course, between the items and e-content. We've all been buying more e-content, but it isn't as though that like we saw a shift from one to the other. So just thought it was interesting.
Does anyone else have any questions for Rebecca before we vote on accepting the audit and the annual report? No? Okay. Rebecca, are you gonna call the roll then?
Yes, we already have our motion in our second. We're just gonna keep going in alphabetical order because I'm not as good as Beth at this. Algonquin,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Crystal Lake,
Yes.
Explains,
Yes.
Gila,
Yes.
Evanston,
Yep.
Tim, that's it, thank you. Fox River Valley,
Yes.
Fremont,
Yes.
Glencoe,
Yes.
Glenview,
Hear that? Yes.
thank you. Grace Lake,
Yes.
Highland Park,
Oh, yes, sorry, that's me.
thank you. Huntley,
Yes.
Indian Trails,
Yes.
Lake Forest, Lake Forest,
Yes.
thank you. Lake Villa,
Yes.
Lincolnwood,
Yes.
McHenry,
Yes.
Morton Grove,
Yes.
Niles, Northbrook,
Yes.
Palatine,
Yes.
Park Ridge,
Yes.
Prospect Heights,
Yes.
Round Lake,
Yes.
Wilmette,
Yes.
Winnetka,
Yes.
Zion Benton,
Yes.
thank you.
So the next order of business is an update on the Innovative Development Partner Program. Rebecca and/or Deborah, are you going to be telling us about that?
I'll give a brief intro and then Deborah can fill in anything that I've lied about. So we had originally planned that we would have kind of a more robust demo today and a deeper conversation about what features we need to go live with Vega. But we have gotten some revised project and development timelines from Innovative, which are outlined in your packet. Essentially, at this time, we were hoping to have individual Vega instances for your libraries to begin kind of testing and playing around with. But due to some changes in their development schedule, we are not anticipating that until early next calendar year. And that the delay is largely due to the development of e-content and the ability to only show the e-content that is of interest and available to the logged in patron. So that is a feature we have now in PowerPack, although the different e-content vendors integrate in different ways, and some of them are more efficient than others. Notably, Overdrive has long been sort of a pain point for us in terms of system resources. And what is good is that as they're developing this e-content integration in Vega, they're taking all of that into account and really doing the integration from the ground up to make sure that we don't run into similar issues in the future That said, it has taken them a lot longer than they originally anticipated. So our schedule has shifted. We had originally intended that we would be voting on accepting Vega, and if we want to go live with it in January at our next meeting. But we are pushing that. Theoretically, Innovative saying, oh, you could vote in July, like it'll be ready for you to vote on then. But we want to make sure that we have ample time to test and really make sure that it's a product that's going to be effective for our members and an improvement on what we have. So we are proposing that that vote not happen until October a year from now. Again, in the interim, as you'll see in your packet, we still will be doing user testing. You'll still get your own instance to use, but we are kind of pushing and adding some padding since with our quarterly meeting schedule.
Rebecca, you just froze. We can't hear you, or I can't.
No, I think she froze for everyone.
Yep.
No. Okay.